So today I'm doing planks down there.
And I'm going to be working on planks down here. So today I want to get these planks sanded, cleaned and painted. So I need to try and set this ladder up so I don't die. So obviously it's very slippery on the edge of the deck. And we used to have old bits of wood that would stick out and sort of protect it. We've got no old bits of wood on the deck anymore. So I wonder if I can use some clamps. Okay, do we trust it? I don't know if I trust it, so I've asked Simon just to come and hold the ladder.
That's it, yeah. Go on, you're fine.
You're not going to hold it?
No. So a lot of tip with getting onto ladders is like put weight down beyond this pivot point, if that makes sense. You're alright because you're in the mud, you can't really lift up, but so you don't put too much weight up here. Does that make sense?
Okay. Little ladder education lesson there. Right, okay. So when we had the deck off, I'd already sanded and painted that side, but on these new planks, I sort of forgot as we were doing them. So fill any gaps, sand it, and get it painted and protected.
I was saying to Gemma, don't overthink it because like you're in a crappy environment. It's a summer job when it's dry, but yeah, just get some paint on there.
Okay.
Because all this has got to be sanded back off, hasn't it? For when the bulwark's gone.
Yeah, I'm just worried about, instead of putting a whole lip all the way around the deck, I'm thinking if any water comes down, I just want it filled so no water can go in between the planks. But we may also put a drip edge on it, mightn't we?
Maybe. Right then, while Gemma's playing in the mud, we're going to be getting all these planks off here. And then we're going to get to the bulkhead and then we might have to switch into the aft cabin. Right, so we use our known 45-degree angle, so there's 45 degree between there and there. So we're now going to put that, so we're going to parallel it with, I'm going to parallel it with this piece down here. So then we're going to mark it. So we parallel with that there. And we try and get a little pen in. And now we know that is 45 degrees, so from there to there. I know it looks wonky to the boat, but when we do our generic cuts on the saw upstairs, they're all the same. Now we get our saw attachment for the grinder and whiz the nails off. So now, because we don't want to cut too deep, so we set our multi-tool blade to about 14mm, so we don't cut all the way through into the outer planks. So I'm going to cut this line now. Right, this particular plank now should be at its proper depth, so we'll knock all the nails out and hopefully it comes away. So we'll use a suitable punch. It's an awful place to work here. I'm probably like stuck in a little corner. No light. And we're away. Right, so I'm going to whiz all these off now because it's basically nowhere to work, very difficult. So should we go and see what Gemma's up to for a bit? How are we getting on?
I'm not dead. I'm not muddy. So I'm just sort of moving my ladder along in stages. So I'm getting there. Got my little bucket to collect my rubbish and my tools and stuff.
All organised, eh?
Yeah. So these planks don't have to be the best because it's only to protect them during the winter. When we do come to work on this bit of the boat where we're putting the bulwarks on and stuff, they'll all be sanded back. But yeah, that's where basically the bulwarks go to the outer plank, and they sit on the inner planks. So it's just a bit of protection really for the rainwater. So I've sanded them all. It's going to give them all a good clean now and get a coat primer on them. There we go. Couldn't be bothered moving the ladder for the last little bit. So that's done. Now I've got the same to do on the port side. Will I be able to manage it this side? Definitely need to move the ladder over. Hey, it's sunny this side though. I think before I move over to do that side, I'm going to jump onto the wheelhouse because this side's had 2 coats, but this side's only had 1 and none at the bottom. So I'm going to give it all a quick sand. I'm going to see if there's any little imperfections that need some filler. So I've got like a little imperfection there. How are you getting on?
We're making really good progress, to be honest with you. We've got them all out now, pretty much up to the bulkhead. A couple of outside planks here have sustained some damage. Also been shot by a cannonball, hasn't it? But yeah, just on the clean-up process, I'm going to start taking some measurements, and then we'll go upstairs, cut all the angles, cut all the widths, then we're going to get full of glue.
Brilliant. And we are officially at the back of the engine room.
Yeah, it's exciting.
How are the planks looking the other side?
I wasn't going to say it, right, but they're amazingly good. They are really, really good, because I was just looking how the outside portion of the boat is laid up, because the bulwark... Do a little drawing. You ready? Ready for my artistic bit? So on the forward section, we've basically got 2 layers of planks, haven't we? So this is looking from the front of the boat, so like a cross section. So how the bulwarks were originally fit, they were like that, weren't they? Going up there. So all the water got down here and damaged these planks. That's why we've got so much damage here. But then, because we're on the aft end of the hull, there's no water been on this side because we've had a deck up here. So all the water's come down here, run off the side, and there's no damage to these planks. Which is brilliant! That's going to take about a year off the build. Bet you.
Sailing next year then.
We're sailing sooner.
So what Simon's basically trying to show you on the drawing there is, because this is where he is now, this is the back of the engine room, and we go higher, don't we? And we have plywood on for the back cabins. So there was no bulwarks there. So no fresh water, because it was pretty well sealed. It's not now. So for this, I'm just going to use some of this U-Pol body filler. You know, like what you'd fill your car with. Don't need that much because it's not that bad, to be honest. I never know how much hardener to put in this. It'll either take hours to go off or it'll go off really quick. And so just heard Sarah laughing when I said that because he knows what I'm like.
In this temperature it'll be pretty slow.
It will be slow in this temperature, you're right. I think I might have overdone it. So we'll have to move a little bit quick. So the filler's meant to turn red, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, tell me if you can see anything that needs filling. Definitely put a little too much hardener in that. It went off.
Let me have a look at the colour of it.
Went off a little bit too fast.
Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. Did you get it on there?
Yeah. Oh, it looks. Look how bad that. It looks like we've done a crap job, but it's like all the little grains in the wood. It's like it's got a wood grain because it's wood.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get it like perfectly smooth.
No, that's good, that.
But yeah, that'll dry in about 2 seconds, and then I can sand it. Well, that filler dried very quick. Right then, you don't want to see me sanding this and painting white over white. So let's go and see what Simon's up to in the engine room.
So apparently Gemma thinks this is the engine room. Right, so I've made a lovely list. So let's cut all these. Put a mask on. Somebody in the comments referred us to be like, me and Gemma to be in our 20s. Thanks for that. I'll take that. No, don't be last time. So I'm now directly behind the boiler in the engine room. So that's on this bulkhead there. So this is where our beam shelf, well, it isn't there basically, because I've chopped most of it out, but the frames, I'd say quite a lot of them are quite good, but it's kind of hard for you guys to see. But have a look up here. That's...
I've just put my foot out.
That's where the planks stop.
I can see you. Oh, yeah, here, hold back again. So, yeah, there's the end of the. I can't even see it. there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like, well, that one looks solid.
Yeah, and all of them,
There you
a lot of them are quite good. But obviously this...
Oh yeah, look. You can see one there.
Cool.
Look at that.
So that made me very happy earlier. So, right, have you done your paint?
I'm waiting for it to dry now.
Okay. So do you fancy helping me put these planks in?
Go on then.
Cool.
It's actually been quite a strange morning, like working so far apart because we're used to doing everything together. I've missed him. Have you missed me?
Quiet.
Another 3D printed spreader. Oh yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, I need to make some more of these. I've not finished it yet. Get your fingers out. Telling me what to do.
Okay, when you get a second,
Yeah.
I'll need a hammer.
A hammer? So you're not organised,
There's
are
one
you?
there. I am organised, just in the wrong place.
There you go.
Yeah. You're very bossy, aren't you?
Not used to working with co-workers today.
You can go back to your painting if you want.
I wish I could. I like painting.
Well, you ready or what?
Yeah, hold on. Just put my spreaders out.
Okay. So,
Hammer time. I think there was a comment the other day about what is our favourite tool. I think this has got to be one of my favourite tools. Because like a manual cork and gun is hard to use, isn't it?
yeah.
And the amount that we use this, the amount like of effort it saved on my hands. So I definitely recommend a electric cork gun. So that has got to be one of my favourite tools. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for the plank.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
See, I'm not really organised because it wasn't my job, so I didn't set it up, did I? Right, when you said number 2's got to go that way,
Yeah,
is that the right way?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one. Can you hear cows?
Yep.
That's a sound I've never heard here before.
No.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Get off the excess.
Save me hours of sanding if I can clean it up.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because like when you go, you okay?
Let's pull that out my hair. Well,
Rather the same. Told you all day after I was, oh, I'm gonna be. I think she's on a skinhead.
yeah, it needs to go up because the amount of times I've got sicker in my hair today is unreal.
Right, let's go and cut this window out. It's a nice day on that side. It's a bit gloomy and wet on this side. I feel like a kid playing in the mud. Right, so we need to make this into a nice porthole. Alright, so we need to let all this glue dry now. We can sand it all off, give it a paint. Windows in, only use mild steel screws, really small threaded screws so we don't make big holes in the boat. At some point I want all these windows out, I'm going to epoxy up all the holes and then I'm going to reroute them so they're all nice and uniform. And then when we do a final fit we can glue the windows in then, can't we? Don't need gluing in just yet. Now let's go see if we can see German painting. If I can get all the mud. Not too bad. So earlier on stage Emma's painted all along there, all the way down the boat. It's not easy working up a ladder. So I was hoping to get over there, because Gemma's over there somewhere. Let's give it a chance. We made it. So over the weekend there was Storm Ashley. Was that right, Jem?
Yeah.
Well, how fast was the wind?
Oh, here.
Yeah.
I
think it's about, eh?
40 apparently.
It was about 40, 45 hours on BBC, but you know what BBC's like. But it was coming from the beam here, so it pushed the boat sideways a bit. So we're actually listed at 3 degrees, so mustn't grumble. I think we should say to her she's missed a bit. We can't see from here, can we? But Jam, you've missed a bit.
You're not the one leaning at 3 degrees.
3 degrees plus the camber of the deck.
Yeah, it feels like I'm gonna fall off.
She does look good, you know. She looks really good. Right, so sad. How many coats is that now, Jem?
3.
3 coats.
Of primer.
A primer.
You need your sunglasses on now, so look at that.
Yeah. Especially it's a beautiful day, to be honest with you.
Bright, isn't it?
Right. Right. Let's pull the tape off.
Oh, look at him. I spend hours painting it and he comes out to do the satisfying peel. I'm on to you.
Well, I put the tape on.
Oh, you put it on? Oh, so you want to take it off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not pulling me paint off, so that's a good sign.
Hang on.
Just don't get it on the deck.
It's quite a radius though, isn't it?
I know.
How long this is. If we could be bothered to measure it.
Hold on, hold on. Yeah, how far down the deck is the radius of the boat?
It's like almost, it's about a metre, half a metre off.
So the curve of the boat is the length nearly of the bow?
What we should actually know, which we don't know, is how long is this?
How long is our bow? Okay, should we measure it? Because obviously, you guys obviously struggling, like the context of size when you sat at home watching it, you know, and men always say it's bigger than it actually is, isn't it?
I'm guessing 10 metres.
You're guessing 10 metres? Well, I know when we measured the fiberglass out, I can get a 5 metre stretch of fiberglass, which is always blows my mind because I can roll out 5 metres, but then that's how sort of wide-ish, that's a bit extra, the boat is, but so and it looks longer than it is wider. So go on, y'all, give me that.
And it depends where you measure it from, don't forget.
Do you want me to measure it from the very tip? Wait, seriously though, where do you want me to go? To like the stem?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're there, we're right.
Jesus. 6.5 meters.
6.5 meters. Most people's boats aren't even 6.5 meters. Butari's only 10. You could nearly fit Butari on this deck.
Yeah. How long is Butari for?
10. Yeah. 10.5 meters.
Yeah.
Wow. 6.5 meters. How wide are we? Well, I know we're a bit over wide because the deck needs cutting. Yeah. Let's have a look.
Well, as we're measuring there, that's 4.8. But we do get a bit wider.
4.8. She's a big girl. So yeah, 6.5 meters long.
Cool. Well, now we know. Answer that question.
So does that mean we're officially done? 6.5 meters of the 21 meter boat.
Yes.
Obviously we've done further inside. Actually no, because if you measure to it, yeah. Go on. Out of curiosity.
That's right.
So we know the deck.
About another 2 meters.
Another 2 meters, about 8.5 meters of sort of completely finished structural inside work, deck work, beams. 8.5.
A long way to go. I'm hoping it's going to get easier now though.
Yeah, but we're like nearly halfway.
Yeah.
And if you think, by the time we get to the back of the engine room, well, probably like 3/4 of the way done. And there isn't much deck to do there. The beams are only shorter. And we've just finished the planks to the end of there. So, getting that one step closer, aren't we? It's quite like...
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Just nice to stand there actually.
Yeah.
Not being rained on. No wind. Nice change. Right, what's next? I need to move now beyond the engine room into the aft cabin. Right, so we need to work in here. Got a wall there. Got a wall there. Same wall as the other side. And Gemma's toilet. I think I need to make this place a bit more work friendly. Because we're going to be spending quite a bit of time down there. So I think we'll start by taking this door off. I'm going to get rid of that wall. And maybe get rid of that wall. I'm definitely going to get rid of that. So the first on the hit list is the door.
Where am I meant to go to the toilet?
I've moved you. Put it on there. There you go. You'll fit in there, won't you?
Well, okay, so I'm coming in and then I close the door.
Yeah.
Toilet acrobatics.
But do you want me to work around it?
We can't really put it in our cabin either, can we? Because the floor's not level, so...
No.
It is what it is. At least I've got a toilet.
She's very protective over her toilet, isn't she?
I am.
She should just do it off the side like me.
Get me a shiwi.
Okay, it's not full of shit anyway. Flat blades for the win. Again. Should we keep them? Are they brass or bronze?
Bronze then.
You reckon? We'll keep them. More, eh?
We do this and we put stuff in our pocket and then we go home, you get undressed and you empty your pocket and you've just got loads of screws lying around the house. It feels so weird like working in the back rooms.
It does, doesn't it? It's quite cool. That will come out of there, won't it? I don't want to take this door frame out really, because...
yeah, but it'll have to slide that way because it's behind this plank, but that needs to come out really. This used to be the old shower room. Remember when we first got the boat and it was all white and tiled and stuff like that. So there's a lot of fresh water damage in here with it being a shower room. So everything should come apart.
With ease.
It's just crumble. Ugh. Ah!
Yeah, this is I don't know what I've got a hammer behind me too.
Put the hammer down, dear.
So I'm trying not to do damage the through hull. It says on the bottom, but it's got a bit more strength. Too big to get out of the room. Oh, there's got loads of pipes going through it, that's why. It's in the bottom corner, isn't it?
You clear?
Yep.
So, obviously, it's when we put the boat back, so we put it back exactly how it was. Do you want a separate toilet,
No.
separate shower, or do you have like one big room?
I was half thinking this should be the shower. So you walk down the stairs here, this is blanks off here, you walk into here, got a nice big bathroom, toilet, sink.
Yeah, like you down into uni.
Yeah, because it's quite a square. It's a nice place for a shower.
Yeah, but or do you actually not have a door?
Right.
And make it one room, and then that is like one big wet shower.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, blank this off here. Yeah.
So we did have two heads here.
Yeah, you don't need two heads here.
But then, what happens when you got loads of people on board?
You have to do it off the side.
Or you put it back to how it was, and then you've got like a male toilet. But then you'd still have to come into this one to wash their hands if that's all. But you could have a toilet and a sink in there, and then this one toilet, sink, and shower.
Like a bit of luxury.
Yeah.
Big shower, nice, good sized bathroom.
There might be a longer queue for the toilet though. If there's only one head here.
Well, there'll be another one forward.
Yeah.
Well, basically the same as this forward. That's my opinion. If you was going on a boat to spend some time, I don't know, would you want a separate head, which takes up a lot of space?
But the issue about having just a toilet and a little sink in a smaller area is if you're in rough sea, you've got more walls to hold on and brace yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you don't want a big open space when you're getting
Washed about.
What do you think? Because obviously we're years down the line. Well, you know, we're not doing it this year. The next 12 months. So, what are your opinions? Do we make it one big posh head?
Yeah, it's got a lot like.
Or do we keep it divided? I don't know. What do you think?
Got to think though, it's our boat, so it's more about us. Does that make sense? What would you want?
Yeah, but I think obviously we don't know what the plan is for the future, but Sarinda is going to have to pay for herself somewhere down the line. So if we were to charter the boat out, then the front area would be our crew quarters.
Ah, posh bit.
And the nice paying guests would be down this end. And if you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people down here, is one toilet enough? I don't think it is. Because imagine if you'd all get the shits at the same time.
You're cooking?
Yeah, from my cooking. Right, okay, we're sticking with 2 toilets. So we all know BOAT stands for break out another 1,000. So when you're going through that painful task of buying boat parts, to make it more fun, the Esca wallet always makes me happy because every time I do have to reach for the cards, it's really, really fun. I just can't stop playing with it. But as well as it being fun to use, it can hold up to 12 cards. It's FRID, so it prevents wireless theft. So, as well as it being stylish, my cards are also safe. I'm also terrible for putting my wallet down and not knowing where I left it. So another great feature is the tracker. If I don't know where it is, on the app I can play a sound and find where I left it. So it's Black Friday and Exca are running some massive sales, and if you use our code SHIPHAPPENS you get up to 55% discount. So I'll leave a link in the description below. It's like going back to day one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of. It's like starting back at the Bowery where you're starting again from scratch, removing all the crap.
But we actually know a lot more of get rid of it, get it gone, clear the space. We were just working around it all, weren't we?
Well, I think we were very obviously naive at the beginning, and we were so panicked about we'll only take one frame out at a time, otherwise the boat is gonna fall apart.
Yeah, that's what everyone told us, wasn't it?
But we know how strong she is now, so we know we can take a bit more out than what we think. Obviously we're keeping the internal sort of bulkheads and stuff like that, but the walls that didn't do anything really are going. Got to walk through now. It's a bit rotten.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's what epoxy's for.
Oh yeah, watch this frame come out. Don't need no chisel.
Well, it's good because by the time we're finished with a new boat in it. New top end.
New old boat. Why are we cleaning this room out? Do you know what I mean? And what is going through our heads? So to be able to do the side decks, we need to have the beam shelf done to the back of the engine room. But the way we laminate the beam shelf, it goes in on a brickwork, doesn't it? So to be able to complete the beam shelf to the end of the engine room, it needs to come past. Because you need the 3 layers at the end of the engine room, then 2 to 1 to stagger it the way we do. So our beam shelf needs to come to there. So first layer will go to there, second layer will go to there, third layer will go to there, so we can carry on with the decks at the side.
So before we can put the beam shelf in, because we could smash this out, take it out, what we need to be aware of is like we've got the weight of the rest of the boat above us, haven't we? Hence we've left all these posts in, we've got the middle walls in, we've still got all these beams in. So I don't think it's gonna, it might sag, it might not. What we need to do though is really replace the frames that are behind the web frames first, because you won't really be able to get to them with the beam shelving. These upper frames here, or these original height frames, they're fine. We can basically work from them like this now, basically. It's good winch job, isn't it? So what we need to do is actually take out these web frames, which are technically holding this up, to then replace the frame at the back, so we can then get the beam shelf in. That's our mindset at the moment, anyway. So, right, let's get to work.
That web frame's not doing much. That's not holding much up. So the beam shelf isn't actually...
It's not actually a beam shelf anymore, is it?
That's the beam shelf. It's always the way. You've got to do one job before you got to do that job before you do the job that you want to do.
But this beam shelf is eventually going to be a completely, I could say, solid piece all the way right around the boat in it, because we've replaced this from the bow. So yeah, has to stay this big, and then yeah, it's all good. It's fine.
It's one of them, and like these frames, it'd be easy to replace these if we just took off the sides. But
then you're leaving the boat open.
Yeah. So it's nibbling away at it, so it's still structurally sound.
Yeah.
And being able to leave it secure and doing it in the right order it needs to be done at. It's not easy.
Well, yeah.
And then we've also got the exhaust outside, which goes into the frames behind. It's only that big. So we've got bolts there, bolts there, bolts there, and there.
So do you think we should start on the ones without the bolts in?
Yeah, that'll make it easier and then perfect our skill.
Yes. Right, I think what we should do is actually get rid of everything we possibly don't need. And give it all a good clean, and then identify all the major issues. Because it's all a bit dirty in here as well. I don't really trust it's an old toilet room. So
we actually, Robbo cleaned out his, so look how clean that side is compared to this side.
Yeah.
Right, let's clean it up. What's it like in the bilge? Dirty.
Yeah, I'm just sort of...
It's dry though.
Yeah, it's dry.
Fairy hasn't been in that bilge.
Oh. It might come out.
Yeah, look, it's cut there. So if you lift it and slide it up, it goes under just a little bit.
No, we're sort of stuck on that through hole a little bit there.
We don't want to knock the through hole.
No.
Are these closed?
Yeah. No, they're open.
Oh.
Does that move easy?
Yeah. It moves very easy because look. Whee! Okay, so the through holes definitely need replacing sooner rather than later, because that is stuck open. Obviously we'll keep the pipes high above the water level, but that could sink us for 2 hours until the water goes out. So it's quite a priority, I think.
Yeah, it's getting to it, especially when we're working around the area.
And
so
does that one, does that turn?
No, I did try that before. It doesn't.
Seized. That's fun.
I'm sure we could get it moving if we needed to, but
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
But it's open, innit? So
I guess it's open. But
I'm not blowing down that one. I know that is a toilet.
there is another thing of like, we could blank the holes off on the outside. But I prefer to leave a through hole. If it's already got a hole in the boat, I'd prefer to leave.
Yeah, we just need to replace them.
Yeah.
But ones that close.
Yeah. Ball valves.
Like we did years ago at the front.
Yeah.
Woo!
That, my friend, is a shaft log.
I found your shaft log, dear.
I think that's what it's called. No?
The bilge is dry.
Yeah.
Looks a bit scummy, but I'd recommend you come back in a few hours once I've cleaned this bilge.
Right, so Gemma's had a good hoover up now. Got rid of majority of the crap, but what we're going to do now is give it a jet wash. As I said earlier, it's just dirty. If we can make it a bit more of a cleaner environment, then that'll be good, won't it? So I've set the old jet wash up. So let's see if we can make it look pretty. Me Tarzan. You hoover, me jet wash. Is that what Tarzan said? I don't know.
Don't jet wash a hole! Okay, so while Simon's making a mess down there, I am getting the front of the wheelhouse ready for a top coat. So now it's had 3 coats of primer. We'd like to get a top coat on it before winter, because primer's not really just good enough waterproof protection, is it? So I'm giving it a little quick sand over just to flatten it all off, smooth it all over and get the paint out.
Here's our stuffing gland here, which has got packing in there and whatever. It's fed from the engine, so it's water fed, so the water gets fed into there and then gets pushed out the shaft. So I'm guessing that's just to keep the shaft at a sensible temperature. But this piece of wood here, which is behind the packing gland and here, is all delaminated. And I think it's a piece of plywood. It's a bit of a weird choice of material to use there, isn't it? So that's all gone really bad. So you can see from the top. So if I was to change this piece of ply, which has obviously been a spacer at some point, because they maybe made a cock up on dimensions, so we've got to take this shaft out, which needs to come out anyway at some point, this flange off here, and then all this off, and hopefully we can change this piece of ply. That's the job for, well, it's a job before any interior goes back in basically, but it's a job for a year or so's time, isn't it? Quite a nice job getting all the shaft out of it, wasn't it? But it's not really the best place to do it here, but I'm sure we can adapt. Right, I'm going to put all this sole back in it now, and then we can start work on the beam shelf. So what are you up to now, Jem?
I'm going to put the top coat on the wheelhouse.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I was just outside and I could hear Simon talking, and I'm thinking to myself, who's he talking to on the phone? I forgot we do YouTube and he talks to cameras.
He's talking to these people at home.
Hi everyone.
Right, so we'll let Gemma go and start the first coat of that while we're doing this, and we'll go and check up on Gemma's progress. Alright, we're all back in. Quite simple, really. Beautifully clean. Right, let's go and check up on Gemma. What colour are you doing it?
Pink.
Pink. Yeah, it doesn't show on camera the pink, does it? But...
No.
Oh, you can see it's shinier.
Right, so that's had its first coat of top coat. Looks a bit shinier. It's like the only time I want the sun, well no, I want the sun out all the time, but I want the sun out now so you can see the shine of the top coat, and it's gone behind the cloud. So that's done. Should we go and see what Simon's been up to while I've been painting that? Ooh!
Check it out.
Looks a bit different down here now.
I've made myself at home. I put some shelves in.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah. I've got a bin.
Oh.
And obviously got some lights. I've also put an LED light in over here because that had a halogen in it.
Ooh.
I think we're all set now to like do some proper work. You can't actually touch it without thinking you're going to get a disease.
Yeah. Okay. So we go.
What? Zaya!
I'm so tired now.
Gemma's fed up.
Can we please go home?
Yeah, we're going home now.
It's sort of, I don't know, I'm feeling a bit down today, and I think it's because all the other episodes, like the past few episodes, I've been like putting and finishing, you know, like finishing the deck and finishing the wheelhouse, painting stuff. And then with this room, it feels like we're back to day one.
Okay. Yeah,
so I've sort of gone from like everything looks rosy and like, wow, look at this, it's all
awesome.
brand new.
Yeah.
So then like coming in here and being like,
pulled you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So I think what we need to do is start putting some new material back in, don't we?
Yeah.
To make yourself happy.
But yeah, even that's going to be a head scratcher with this
It's
room.
It's fine.
So come back next week to see how we tackle that one. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you haven't already, could you subscribe to the channel? It is totally free.
What number are we up to, subscriber-wise?
Today we are up to 93,950.
Okay.
So
that's quite good.
50 more and we'll be on 94,000.
So you could be on target for Christmas.
It's totally free to subscribe, but it really does help. The more subscribers we've got, it doesn't generate us any cash flow, but YouTube algorithms pushes the channel and hopefully we'll get more viewers and more people along for the journey with us. So thank you all so much for your support, and thank you to all of our amazing subscribers and supporters, because without you guys this wouldn't be possible. So see you all next week.
So guys, thank you for watching. Bye.
Take me home.